Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Welcome to the program Wisdom of Hadith. In this program, we explore the sayings of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and we also try to understand the meanings, wisdom, and significance of a hadith of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and try to establish a connection of the sayings of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam with our life and work. So today we have a hadith of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that has been narrated by Sayyiduna Abu al-Hamra radiyallahu ta'ala an. And the hadith is, Man ghashana falaysa minna. He who cheats us is none of us. This hadith talks about the problem and the consequences of the thing that is called deception or cheating. The Prophet ﷺ tells us that if someone is engaged in cheating or deception, so he is far away from faith. He has no relationship with the believers. He has no relationship with the Prophet ﷺ. So the Prophet ﷺ disowns such a person who is involved in the act of cheating or deception. Now, apparently, it looks like if someone is, engaged in the act of cheating or deception, he may think that he is smart enough to deal with people and deceive them and gain benefits and, work well in terms of his, personal growth or other things. But actually, this is itself a deception, because this sort of smartness won't work in the hereafter. There is a severe punishment for those people who cheat or deceive others. So the Prophet ﷺ declares that anyone who is involved in such act, that is like cheating or deception, so he has nothing to do with Islam, and he has nothing to do with the Prophet of Islam, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu, and he has nothing to do with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He has no relationship with the Prophet and the believers. So we can understand how severe the sin is and how severe the punishment will be for this sin, that is cheating or deception. Now, what happens that we see in the society, that sometimes there might be people who, although they offer salah and they also perform other acts of worship, but they sometimes don't understand that even if they offer salah and even if they perform other acts of worship, and the acts of worship that are declared as farz or obligatory, but they are fine and they are okay, and they have no problem with cheating or deceiving others. So this is a sign that they have not understood the spirit of Islam, and they are far away from the spirit of Islam, because they follow one segment of Islam and they deny or they neglect about the other teachings of Islam. So if you look at the religion of Islam, if you look at the teachings of Islam in the light of the Holy Quran and in the light of the sayings of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and his seerah or his life, then you have a 360-degree perspective, then you have a holistic perspective. You look at all the dimensions of a life of a believer. At one end, a believer will be there performing salah and offering and performing other acts of worship, and with that you will see that on the other hand, he will be dealing with people honestly, and he will be respecting people, and he will be acting upon the teachings of Islam that are related to ethics and that are related to moral integrity. So this is a training of believers, that they should be very careful about their actions. They should be very careful about their dealings. So if they deal with people and they do not follow the ethics of Islam, the moral values of Islam, so it means that they are away from the spirit of Islam, and this is something that disturbs a Muslim society. If we are living in a society and we are not dealing with people in a transparent manner, or we are not honest with the people, we are not having integrity in terms of our actions, even in terms of our profession. So it will lead to different types of chaos in the society and different forms of unrest in the society. Now what happens, we see that sometimes those who are living with us, who are dealing with us in terms of a business or other practices, they are not happy with us. Why? Because they see that we do not deal with them in a transparent manner. We are not showing honesty, and we in one way or the other we deceive them or we cheat with them. So this is something that destroys the relationship between believers, between the members of the society, and this is something that also harms the cause of Islam. So if you are dedicated to Islam, and if you are really attached to the spirit of Islam, then you will be caring about your actions, then you will be dealing with people in a fair way, and you will never be unfair with them. So it is a responsibility of believers to take care of their dealings, and they should never be dishonest, and they should never be unfair to others. And the practice that is called a fair practice, dealings that the dealings that are called as fair dealings or honest dealings, this is something that has to be kept in mind, and that should not be neglected in any manner. And this is what we learn from this hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that those who cheat and those who deceive, they have no relationship with Islam and with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It means that these actions are not in compatibility with the spirit of Islam. So inshallah, in the next episodes we'll learn about other ahadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.